That's hard. It's harder to get those accounts, but it's what we do have access to is all the accounts here in the United States. Those are easier to get, and money is not just magically floating away into these offshore accounts. It's coming out of accounts here in the United States that have been transferred over there, whether it's a bank account, Venmo, Zelle, any other. There's all these apps that people are paying. They're transferring money to different accounts, offshores. We can get those records, and that shows that money has been moved to an offshore account that may be more difficult to get, which in turn will cost our client, or the client that needs the information on the offshore accounts, just more money on subpoenas and things like that. But there's what we call tracing, that we can figure out where this money came from.
Which involves experts.
Exactly. And so we can figure out where this money went to and how much the other party's entitled to.
And I'm very kind of straightforward, logical guy. My wife tells me I'm too logical sometimes. But I have never found, to this day, I wish I would have or could have, I've never found the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow nor the leprechaun. We get told all the time, there's money hidden. It's hidden. It's somewhere. It's somewhere. Attorneys can't find that money if that money was never somewhere that we could then trace it. If you have a good attorney who understands how tracing works and where to go look for assets if they've moved out of a certain account that you have access to, then you can possibly find that offshore account or see that there was money in here and now it's gone. We may not know where it is, but you can use a term that's you're able to use under the family code, which is called reconstitution of the estate, which you can say, hey, look, we know that $500,000 was in there. It disappeared. We don't know where it went, but we see that it's in there. And we know that one client or the other had no access and could have never made it disappear. And in those cases, we can reconstitute the estate, and then we can go forward with utilizing experts to possibly trace it. And if we can't find it, use that expert to reconstitute the estate and say, this is where the estate would be if that $500,000 were actually in the estate. Here's where we'd be today. Because I know Heather, we've actually had circumstances like that where we know the money was there, we just can't find where it went. But then that's when there's other things that you can do that come into play that the family code allows you to utilize to be able to prove.